Hello and welcome. This is another episode of Developer Let's Play. We'll be looking at the Commando Mode. Harry here is the guy who made the Commando Mode along with this awesome RESOGUN team. What's happening in this mode? There's a dude.
So yeah, in this mode you're basically playing as one of the last humans and you're just trying to live a peaceful life, you know, on your floating asteroid, your little house. And then just out of nowhere, you start getting these enemies like invading you.
Yeah, which is not cool. I mean,
and it's not cool at all. And this guy decides to just, you know, dust off his trusty minigun and take matters into his own hands because those like Ferox and Nemesis guys are MIA. Speaking of which, maybe we can see what happens to them.
Oh, they've crash landed.
Yeah.
On the ruins that are on the sort of asteroids there. It looks like something blew up somewhere, and then the space dust is in these big chunks that apparently you can live on.
Yeah, it's storytelling basically through the environment, or very very little bit of it at least. I guess the idea here was basically the level in the background that's been destroyed and is floating around is, at least on the story side, it's the same level that you're trying to build up and save in the Protector mode. And this is long after everything has kind of gone to hell.
A regular homeowner.
Yeah.
I like that.
So you're one of the few humans who have actually survived, and you're trying to,
I can see, like, if we could zoom into the house, maybe we can see his wife cooking there. Just waiting. No, we haven't gone to that level of detail. But yeah, I mean, clearly this guy just wants to have his house, watch some TV at night, enjoy the evening star scenery. I'm guessing it's evening all the time where he lives.
I think he spends all his evenings just watching 80s action movies.
So Harry, I don't know if you're reading the chat, but somebody just discovered that you can jump just right now, and they were wondering why they were bad at this game.
Well, actually, you can jump and you can double jump as well. Yeah. And I don't think we explained that well.
It's one of those games that
clearly, to be honest.
You'll miss out stuff if you don't try all the buttons.
Yeah, well, we do. To be fair, we do show the controls in the loading screen.
Yeah,
you know, players do learn by doing, which is fair enough. And I guess you can play this mode without needing to jump until, well, phase 7, I think it is, where you have
to jump over some enemies to shoot their backsides.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's at least to that extent you can go. But you can jump, you can double jump, and then you can do like a rolling thing.
Yeah, there's kind of like this mini boost thing going on. One of my favorite things to do is this.
That's actually very powerful. I've seen some streams of guys that always use that way to kill the... What do you call the big meteorite that's coming? Is it, again, a house destroyer or...
It's a big meteorite.
It's a good name. Maybe I coined it.
Yeah. But yeah, you can jump and double jump and you can boost. One thing that's really important here about the scoring is that, you know how you have these bonus tokens that spawn randomly from some enemies?
I was going to ask you about those.
Yeah, so just a sec. Let me try to save my house a bit here.
Don't worry about it. House is the number one priority, everything else is secondary. So, you kind of want to get that power up, but now you missed it.
Yeah, it's prioritizing, man. Do I want to get the power up, or do I want my house to remain at 10?
Well, you want your house. It's all about saving the house anyway.
So, Dent is saying that he found 3 Easter eggs on this level. Maybe
yes.
More.
Yeah, well, on the topic of Easter eggs, maybe I can just quickly
show the other ones also.
Yeah. So, I mentioned before that this guy likes staying at home and probably watching 80s action movies. Well, there's a couple of humans here who are probably doing just that right now. You haven't seen this?
I don't remember seeing this one, no.
Yeah, so that's one Easter egg. And of course we had the Ferox ship, which was here.
Yeah.
And there was also this little guy here.
Just he's one of the astronauts that you can get from the human packs.
Yeah.
Just taking his time.
And well, See, so there is at least one more human that survived.
Yeah, but he doesn't look like he's going to survive for too much longer.
Yeah, and well,
is there another one?
Yeah, there was.
There is the TARDIS. Right?
I think I spotted the time machine here.
Yeah, that's good. So maybe we have some doctors visiting at some point. That's pretty cool. So I mean, now that we have the photo mode, of course, it allows to do a bit more of the Easter egg stuff. And I suppose you've added some other Easter eggs to the game itself, to other previous levels?
Yeah, we had a really fun time actually adding those. I don't know if I want to spoil all of them, because it seems like...
At least for these levels we already spoiled them, so maybe we can leave some for the players to go out and find.
Yeah, because I can say that in the arcade mode, every level has at least one Easter egg. And most have 2 or even more.
Awesome.
I think in level 1 we have 2. Level 4 is the only one that doesn't have. It has only one with the snowboarding guy that they've already found, I think. So anyway,
go ahead and tell us a bit more about the bonus tokens.
Bonus, yeah, sorry. So the idea is that the bonus tokens, they spawn randomly from the meteorites. You also get them from these visitor groups, visitor patterns. And the idea is that you get more points for them if you collect them while you're midair.
Oh, okay.
So jumping is actually a pretty large part of playing this mode, especially if you're going for score. So if you collect it midair, you get 1,500 points.
Compared to 1 or 200?
Compared to 100.
Yeah.
If you collect it while you're underneath, it's 200. So that because then it hasn't touched the ground yet, so we're like, let's give the player something extra. Yeah. But yeah, jumping and double jumping are a huge part of this mode.
And the mini boost.
Yeah.
Dedicated sound effects. Yeah, those sound effects are something that we should definitely. It's a retro touch. Yeah. We're very aware of our roots, so I guess.
Yeah, this mode actually did start out as as a challenge. So we knew from the beginning of this expansion's development that we're going to have these challenges. And we were prototyping a lot of crazy things. And one of them was this kind of missile command kind of mini game. So when this started, you only had a turret in the middle here. You couldn't move. And there were houses left and right that you had to defend from meteorites, basically.
Yeah.
But then we're talking about it a bit with the guys, and we thought, well, why not just change the turret into a human, and give that kind of spin to the story as well. And for a while we did have multiple houses that the human was actually defending, but it seems that having a single house to defend gives it a lot more personality and you get more attached to it.
Yeah, makes more sense.
And in many ways we do have, once again, that kind of discarded game idea in a way that we had for the multiple houses did make it into the game slightly differently as one of the challenges. So there's still that mode in spirit as part of the expansion as well.
Absolutely. You just got your house repaired, and
you get the hammer, repairs your house.
It does feel more like it's your house, and you're kind of the last man standing. If you would have more houses, it would feel like the last human colony, and your friends are not up to the challenge, so they're staying at home watching TV, while this one guy needs to take care of all the stuff going on outside.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of ideas that we discuss constantly, of course, about all the modes that we're making. We even considered having like other humans that you could save here. Maybe you bring them back to your house or have that angle there. But I don't know, this mode just worked so effortlessly from the beginning, for me at least, that you just have this one commando, you have just these simple things like you're destroying and trying to defend your house, and why complicate things? Instead we try to add depth without adding complexity in the form of adding these bonus tokens and these slightly more advanced scoring systems.
Makes perfect sense. Okay, so I mean,
so this is phase 10, this is a chaos phase. Internally we differentiated between phases in terms of introduction phases and chaos phases. So basically...
So what's the difference?
So in every phase, for example, from 1 to 4, in every single phase a new enemy is introduced.
Right.
But then every 5 phases, so 5, 10, 15 and 20, we have these so-called chaos phases where we throw everything at the player.
Really,
just like now, for example.
It's a lot of stuff coming at you.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a revision phase in a way. There are these intentional spikes in the difficulty in these phases.
Definitely. Don't get comfortable phase.
Yeah.
Man, it's a lot of. It looks like it's 4th of July going off on your TV screen, so you're really close to the action and you can see just everything blowing up at the same time. Is it going to get now easier or?
Well, there's a little bit of a drop in intensity from 10 to 11, which is once again intentional. We need to balance that kind of challenge. And
this is so Space Invaders right now.
Yeah, we might have been inspired a little bit.
So,
yeah, and one other thing for the scoring is that if your house does not receive any damage for the entirety of the phase, at the end of the phase it will reward you with an extra bonus token.
Right. So they're all built into the system of, let's say, perfectionist skill kind of attitudes.
And here, one other thing that you can see, there's a lot of these bonus tokens accumulating.
Get the minigun. I really love this.
This is amazing, yeah.
It just makes you feel, it gives you that really powerful feel.
Yeah.
We should take a photo right now. It's just, it looks like a whole different game. It looks like a bunch of Skittles and M&Ms being thrown in the air.
Where is the guy anyway? Oh, he's here. No.
Our guy? Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So he actually has a different gun as well when this is activated.
Right.
But yeah, about the bonus tokens, you see how they're all accumulating here. So by collecting them one after the other, you can get increasingly more points from them as well. So of course there's a lot more tension here because they expire, so you can't just let them, accumulate endlessly. But that's just another extra layer to the challenge there and to the score hunting.
It's a very multi-layered cheesecake you got going on here. How many levels and phases do we have here, or does it go on continuously, or what's the structure for?
So we have a total of 20 phases, and we did put a lot of effort into making the end of the mode effectively be really spectacular.
Yeah.
I still get super excited every time I see the final boss blow up. It's just really amazing, and the sound effects and everything.
So
because in many ways this is kind of the closing chapter to the RESOGUN story in a way.
We could even say RESOGUN trilogy.
No,
the main
don't
game.
say that now. People are going to say RESOGUN sequel confirmed.
No, yeah, exactly. But this is, in a sense, it's a very full package. The whole DLC, free patch, plus the main game. I think with the main game we established what RESOGUN is. With all the DLC, we've been able to add on things that we didn't have in the beginning, but we wanted to have. A lot of free cool stuff to make the game fuller, and then the different modes that are either very different from the main game or very similar. There's a familiar feel to a lot of the modes. So I think that was our aim from the beginning. Hopefully we were trying to get, we had a lot of ideas. We couldn't, of course, get everything in there, but the challenges sort of did fulfill a lot of that, let's say,
Absolutely.
fractured dream of ours where we had so many ideas that you couldn't possibly fit them all into a game.
Yeah, I think one great example of that is actually the Stardust challenge.
Yeah.
Because originally when we started this game, well, it would probably come as no surprise that it was built upon the Super Stardust engine. So the prototype we had really quickly was based on that code base.
Yeah.
And of course, originally we did try out 360 shooting as well. But I like to think that, good design is always about setting meaningful constraints, And we noticed that with the 360 shooting, you kind of had this moving turret kind of mentality. You would just move a little bit, shoot around, move left, and it removed the gameplay,
Absolutely.
So by limiting the player to shoot only left and right, you force them to move more. And you can actually see that if you play the Stardust challenge, it's fun, it's fresh, but I think ultimately it's a bit less balanced and solid compared to the core RESOGUN experience.
But it's still cool to be able to have that available now.
Absolutely.
And clearly, RESOGUN wouldn't have been the game it is now if we would have had 360 shooting. But at least we get to see what it could have been. What's the all the options out there.
Yeah, and it's perfectly fine. Challenge in its own right. I think there's some value there. But yeah, I'm losing a bit of track of my words.
You got the house repaired, so you're kind of back to, well, you're doing pretty well, is all I'm saying. Now it's also a 15th level phase, so it's the chaos. Chaos is coming at you. So I'm even wondering if we can make it to the end here or not.
Well, no pressure.
I have my trust in you.
Yeah, but this is actually really great because one of the things that we wanted to achieve with this mode was that really edge of your seat intensity. You have only one life, you have randomized power-ups, you have everything is out to get you, and there's a really clear sense of progress as well because you have the phases, you have new enemies coming. I think there's a lot of nice feedback there. The level starts rotating faster and faster. It works really well. I can say that this might even be my favorite of the RESOGUN modes.
Man, there you have it. Favorite from the guy who made it, so must mean something.
Yeah. I mean,
but there's different variation. For example, one thing that we're not showing right now, but you have co-op also in this mode, so you can play a 2-player.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a purist, so.
Yeah, I know, but this is my point is that it exists, and it's something that you can do. And there's a variation. Well, it's actually a total different mode, but there's also a battle mode, which is basically the same or a similar gameplay setup, which is a versus mode. So, how did those come about? The co-op, I think, is easy to understand because it's just add a character.
Well, kinda, yeah. I mean, obviously, Contra was a bit of an inspiration there. We thought, oh yeah, guy with a machine gun, you're blowing stuff up.
Add a second one.
Have buddy over.
Yeah.
It's effortless fun, It was easy to put in because we had the multiplayer code there, and I think it works really well. The battle mode, the competitive one, was something that came pretty late.
Yeah.
In the expansion's development. And it's something that, of course, it didn't impact the development of the rest of the expansion, and we thought it would be a nice addition there, just to have this kind of extra, kind of like a party mode in a way, at that slightly competitive angle where you need to blow up the other guy's house, and basically this fun harmless mode.
Exactly, but it's still different, and it's not like the co-op where you just jump into this same waves of enemies and asteroids coming at you. That's a totally different thing where you have to hurt your buddies.
Yeah. Yeah, you're the last two humans in the universe, and you're just trying to kill each other. There can be only one.
Makes sense.
Well, I guess there's a third guy on the meteorite. So.
No, I'm thinking that maybe it's something like the battle mode is before this mode, so there's two guys and they're like, no, F you, I'm gonna be the last guy. And then the last guy retires in his old home, and then he gets to play Commando Mode. So now he's the last guy. Plus the other humans in the Easter eggs, they're all static, so I think they're just mummified remains of what used to be. So I don't count them as humans per se. I live in this fantasy world of this being the last human alive in the galaxy. So, okay.
So this is where things start getting real, because we're in phase 18.
So now the actual mode starts.
Yeah, and I have too few bombs for my liking.
It's always a big negative.
Well, let's see if I get something here. Headband. Well, that's something.
Use that to your advantage. So can we go a little bit into the different power-ups? So you get here headband, speed.
So the headband, one thing that you might not notice is that you have unlimited jumping while the headband is active.
Oh.
And now it just expired, so I didn't show that off. Boost recharges a lot faster, and of course your move speed is increased as well. So it just speeds you up.
It's overall thing that does affect a lot of the things, and then you had the minigun, which is ultimate weapon.
Yeah, that just basically kills anything that moves.
What do the sunglasses do?
Sunglasses actually, they're a reference to, well, a really loose reference to They Live from John Carpenter.
Okay.
And basically, when you put them on, you get to see the real trajectories of the enemies, basically. And it also slows down time.
Oh,
that's awesome.
Now
So maybe some questions.
Yeah, let's see if we can
Yeah,
answer
we
some
are
questions.
we are having a question like, are you gonna do more Let's Play? I've enjoyed watching you play.
We will be doing more Let's Play. Thanks for enjoying
But
watching
it was
us.
specific for Harry, I think.
Oh,
Okay, so sorry, Miguel.
Specifically for Harry. Well, Harry. The thing about Harry is that Harry has to make these games, and if he's here playing our games or other people's games, he can't be at all places at once.
Yeah,
So-
well, this is fun. We should do it again sometime. I guess always finding time and kind of the headspace to just do something like this is always a bit difficult during work hours at least.
Also, we have a difficult question. Has
So-
Housemarque ever made a bad game?
Has Housemarque ever made a bad game? Yes, plenty.
Wait, I want to emphasize this a little bit here. So now we finished phase 19 and you go to phase 20.
Okay.
And this is where the music actually changes because this is where the climactic.
All right. Let's focus on this now.
Yeah. So you get the title screen music. So it
Everything's-
races really. Yeah, it's a dramatic showdown now. This is the last stand. This is where
Everything's ended.
is aligned. Yeah.
This is
Everything culminates in this one final moment.
end of Resogun, end of humans, except the last one standing. The final boss is coming for our butts. And
Yeah, this is something that needs to be played with maximum volume and with no talking over it. But maybe we can do that some other time.
Yeah, that's something for everybody to enjoy at home then. Oh man, we're not gonna make it.
Well, let's see.
It's so close. I'm getting anxious. I'm literally on the edge of my seat, and ready to fall off. Whoa, crazy stuff. I'm not even gonna try to address.
Do I get another power up soon? I hope so.
Really hoping for. I don't see any powers coming.
I don't have any bombs. My house is about to be destroyed. Holy shit, man.
Focus. You got this, man. Don't worry about it. That was close. I must say that even from a spectator point of view, this is quite intensive.
Yeah, they are saying that you're kicking ass.
Yeah, go Harry, you're kicking ass. Oh man. So there's a level of intensity here that's you can almost grasp it. Is this this is the final guy?
That's it, man.
Oh man. Is there any specific strategy to this guy?
Yeah,
Don't
don't
get
die.
Don't get killed. Oh, freaking hell. There's way too many bullets. No! Oh man, I don't know what to say.
Just don't blink.
I can't. Ah!
Shit. I thought I screwed up there.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Can still destroy your house.
Whoa!
Is the house invulnerable during this final boss?
Is the house getting hit right now or not?
No.
Let's just not focus on it. That. Ah, come on! What the? Ah! Woo!
Mission accomplished.
Oh my freaking
Check it out,
God.
check it out, check it out.
Beautiful. Let's take a photo. Let's ruin it with a photo. Yeah, go back a little bit or something. You got a photo?
You want to take a photo?
Yeah, let's take an actual photo. This is for us to keep for the rest of
the day.
Yeah. I'm gonna go parade with this at home. Like, look, somebody beat this game for me.
Wow.
And then we can go back to save it. Go back. Okay, guys, we're back. That was an intense stuff. We're sweating over here. The little guy's cheering, and now you get this cool picture.
So we have all these comments. Boom! That was so tense. Yes, beast. So epic. Is
Yeah,
there a wave 41?
There's a lot of cool comments coming in.
Yeah, and actually now that my house was saved, I guess I can continue. Yeah.
Again?
Like a boss.
Start
What the
again.
hell? This is phase 21.
Whoa! How does that work out? So you get to start with the... Is this like the hero mode?
Obviously, yeah, it loops over. I think there's a question, is there a wave 41? So I'll take that as a question that says basically that nobody has reached wave 41 yet. So
we'll see. We have to leave
We'll
some mystery into this. All right. This has been Commando Mode with our special guest star Arnie. We had some good times having Ari record those voices. And
Somebody's asking, is Aria Austrian?
Ari is a
no,
Finn.
but
He's not an Austrian guy.
He's a huge Austrian fan apparently.
Yeah, he's a big, definitely Austrian fan. So, guys.
Yeah, I need to continue playing. Sorry.
No,
I think this is.
I'm not saying that you shouldn't.
This is a pretty good run. I've been playing pretty carelessly in regards to scoring and power-ups, but yeah, seems pretty good otherwise. Yeah, look. So for the headband, you can actually just jump as much as you want.
Oh, there you go.
You can do stuff like this.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, it's fun. And there's the other challenge as well, that you can jump unlimitedly and there's no shooting for that commando challenge.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I must admit I have a little bit of an adrenaline high now.
Yeah, I can see that. That last boss, man, it's just...
I mean, we needed to go out with a bang because, sadly, it seems that Defenders is, for the time being, the last expansion that RESOGUN will see, and we wanted to ensure that we would go out with a huge bang. Basically leave the game in the best possible state, content-wise, for people to enjoy for, well, many years to come, hopefully.
Yeah. You kind of want to set a certain standard and then maybe let it live on its own.
Yeah. The truth is that because RESOGUN was a launch title, and that meant that we had a really, really tight deadline to actually get that out on time. And there were a lot of ideas for new modes and stuff like that that we didn't have time to put in the launched version of the game.
Yeah.
So I actually feel pretty happy now that we've, 1 year later, we've actually managed to more than make up for that with the new content. I like to think.
Definitely. To me, it feels like a full package now.
Yeah. One thing I'd like to address that has come up on our forums a bit, and maybe a few users here are also aware of these issues. There are some minor problems that have been introduced with the latest update. We don't have any updates, any extra expansions actually planned in the pipeline. but we are fully aware of all these bugs. I've been keeping track of a list personally of all of them that people have found, and we're hoping that we could maybe put together. Now I can talk.
Now you can talk. So you're taking care of the bugs.
Yeah, so I have a list. It's not very long, honestly, but it's growing because, you know, we are paying attention to everything that comes up, and we hope to get a chance to basically create a new patch and then hopefully release it at, well, sometime in the foreseeable future. So it's really hard to promise anything, but from our side we are aware of it and we're doing everything we can. I guess that's the thing with well.
There's also some issues
with
some
layers of complications there, but
the weekly challenges in terms of the server side. No, come on, give me a break.
Easter eggs?
Easter eggs? Should we show them? But yeah, there's some definitely some server issues with the weekly challenges that hopefully we can get sorted out also.
Alright, so we have a question. How do you create absolutely perfect gameplay experiences each time? Playing other games after playing Housemarque once, sometimes so frustrating.
Well, thanks a lot for that comment.
What's the comment?
I actually didn't. How do you create absolutely perfect gameplay experiences each time? Playing other games after playing Housemarque once is sometimes so frustrating. Damn you, HM. So yeah, apologies for the frustration. But yeah, thanks a lot. That's a huge compliment, of course. And we do try really hard. We put a lot of love into the games that we make. I guess a large part of it comes from the expertise of the people involved in this company, because a lot of them have been around for a long time. I'm talking like 20 or more years. And a lot of them have their roots in the demo scene industry. Well, it's not an industry, but the demo scene.
Yeah, the kind of hobbyist making games for fun.
Yeah.
You know, 80s Amiga type stuff where people... Video games, in Finland at least, weren't really a viable business model even, so people were just making cool tech demos and so on.
Yeah, I guess it might have something to do with the climate here as well. Like in winter, you know, you don't really want to go outside, so you just stay indoors and hack away until you get something awesome on screen.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's a climate that favors these kind of hobby projects. That being said, we do have a lot of people on board, as I said, with that expertise. The RESOGUN team was actually pretty small. So a total of maybe 20 people touched the game during its initial development, and then both of the expansions were made with 7 people plus a little bit of tech support here and there. And I guess the main approach we have to making games is just iteration. So as I mentioned before, we try out a lot of really crazy and sometimes even really stupid things. And then we just need to cross those off the list. We need to make sure that they don't work, understand why they don't work, learn from it, and just keep the things that make the game fun. And simplicity is a large thing as well. We always think about adding all of these complicated mechanics and things there, but we want the game to be easy to pick up and hard to master.
So I think one of the things is that you know, we can never really compare ourselves to other teams because, you know, we know some people, but a lot of people are making different kinds of games. And this sort of iteration that we talked about over here, you know, it's not going to work for every game the same way it works for us. So the way we take it is that for us it's important to have the fun, something that works, and we can also toss some stuff out the window. You know, like you said, that we worked on a lot of different modes for the second DLC. That means that there's a lot of things that we have to scrap.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think that's the only thing that you kind of get better at with time. You just learn to identify what works a little bit sooner, so you don't have to spend time iterating over things that clearly don't work. And of course, we have had a really talented team. I mean, the RESOGUN team has been amazing, so a huge shout out to everyone there. And honestly, if any one of them was replaced, it just wouldn't be the same. Like every single person added their own personal touch to the game.
Team mentality.
Okay, here is something interesting to discuss. Would it be hard to release and sell a game like RESOGUN without Sony support with today's video game industry standards?
So the question
Good
was,
question.
If you could repeat the question.
Yeah, so the question is, would it be hard to release and sell a game like RESOGUN without Sony support and today's video game industry standards?
The short answer is yes. The long answer is there's a lot of different ways you can do it. We've definitely benefited a whole bunch from the attention that Sony has been able to provide us, especially with the launch of the game and all the follow-up actions that we have here. But it's clear to us that you need something special to be able to make a game like this and then also to sell it.
Absolutely, and I think, well, in many ways RESOGUN is a really old school, it's a simple game at its core. I mean, its gameplay systems aren't really anything complicated or that demanding to implement. But having the opportunity to put this much production values into a game like this in the year 2013, it's definitely something that Sony was instrumental in making happen. If we did this by ourselves, well, I'd like to think that we put the same amount of love into it. Of course, budget and time constraints might have been a bit different.
Yeah.
And, we might have needed to make some compromises there. But absolutely, this is it's basically small scope game, but the production values are fairly high for the industry standards. I mean, you can get many shoot-em-ups nowadays. There's a lot of great indie games and smaller budget games being produced that cater to shoot-em-up fans. But
yeah, definitely the amount of, let's say, complexity and time and everything that went into this game, it's very hard to come by.
Absolutely. So yeah, that was a great question, actually.
And the fact that, let's say that if we made this game in the 80s, and like a lot of people have made these sort of games in the 80s, you have to come out with the arcade cabinet or the console version, and then you put it out, and you think, oh, can we do DLC? And then you realize that we have to make a whole new game for the DLC. So that's how you end up with, Defender, and then later on Stargate, for example, adding some different complexities there.
Yeah. But yeah, it's definitely been it's been really fun, and it's been a privilege actually working on RESOGUN with such a talented team. A little bit bittersweet, to be honest, because on the one hand, of course, a lot of us would like to move on to the next big thing, but at the same time we're kind of sad to see RESOGUN go. But hopefully you guys can keep it alive. With the latest content, I think there's plenty of stuff there for a broad range of skill levels to sink their teeth into, I'd like to think. So, yeah, let's keep the arcade spirit alive.
And we'll keep making different games. At some point I saw in the stream people asking about, can we show or talk about something from the new game? I think they might be referring to, well, one of two games. Alienation, which we announced that we've been quiet about for a while, or then the new Eugene Jarvis project that we've announced. And right now, we're not talking too much about either game because they are in a stealth mode phase. And but the point is that for RESOGUN to come to this finality, it's relieving and sad at the same time. But then again, we get to soon talk more about the new games, and even though those offer different experiences to RESOGUN, then we're still doing the same shit.
Yeah, I must say that on a personal note, I'm really excited about the next game that we're making with Eugene Jarvis. I can't really talk about it much yet, but Yeah, I guess.
You're excited
Well,
about it.
I'm pretty excited.
We
I
did,
need to be really careful with how I phrase these things, but
Well, we put out one video where Eugene was playing the prototype, and I think at that point the prototype was, not too far off, a couple of weeks or something. And even now we're not too far off, but we've been planning this for a bit longer time. But his face at least looked quite excited, and it's an exciting concept, and we can't wait to talk more about it. I hate that it's such a teaser kind of thing right now, because you'd love to, talk about it a bit more, maybe show something.
definitely, yeah. I mean, Eugene, of course, has an awesome legacy, awesome portfolio of games like Defender, Robotron, Smash TV, just to name a few. And the guy has been a huge inspiration for us as well. So working with him now, I mean, we are doing our part in keeping the arcade spirit alive in a way, and this is a guy who arguably, created in part the arcade spirit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, pretty excited to see how that turns out.
It's a big deal to us, and if you want to be the first person to get the latest information on the new projects, then you can always sign up to our secret Super Leaks mail list, and we'll get you those first. But basically, also next Monday we'll be at GDC. We'll be talking to Kinda Funny, who also do streaming and YouTube videos. Colin Moriarty, Greg Miller, and those guys. So we might be talking about some of the new games a little bit. Not much more than we can talk about right now, but still, it's something that we'll be opening up to conversation little by little, but much faster still than maybe how we've kept Alienation for now.
Yeah, let's see how it goes. I'm just going to throw a wrench in this conversation because I just wanted to point this thing out as well. You see how this meteorite has this glow around it?
Yeah.
And this one doesn't?
What's up with that?
The one that has a glow around it is basically guaranteed to hit your house.
Oh, some visual indicators there.
Yeah, so if you want to prioritize the meteorites that are going to hit your house, try to pick up the ones with the glow.
There's a lot of them now.
Yeah, we didn't want to make it completely obvious because it kind of made the visuals a bit too noisy.
Yeah.
After that, different meteor types and all that stuff. So it's a subtle indication for those who have the time to actually look for that stuff.
Those overly obsessed people might have already found out about it.
Yeah, well, honestly, after Phase 5, or even from Phase 5, you don't really have time to process that visual information. It's like, I must survive. That's it.
Absolutely.
But yeah, do we have any more questions?
Do you have any insights?
Yeah, well, one of our users, this in Solitaire Jour, says that he is disappointed that the game has been covered so little in France by small and even bigger websites. What do you want to say about that?
So, the coverage for Defenders DLC has been quite lackluster. There's been some issue, us getting it to the press. Although it's a DLC, so we can't expect too much attention to come to it. So we understand sort of also why. But definitely we're working on that a little bit. If you guys have any ideas, we'll take those. But we, hopefully in the next weeks we'll be able to get some more coverage. So that's also a concern that we share with you. So thank you for looking at it like that. That it's a game that maybe people should hear about more.
Yeah, you're saying they make the news about the DLC release, but they don't play.
This day and age, there's so many games to play, and it's understandable, and not everybody can play every game. And if you hear that there's new DLC, it's going to take a lot of time to get into it. So you need a certain kind of a journalist to get really excited about it too. So I think those guys who really want to play it and have played it got that chance, and now they're really getting into it. So I'm glad that at least the people who are really excited about it have been writing good reviews, rather than somebody who doesn't really care for it, maybe writing a really quick review, not even playing it.
Yeah, that article that Thomas pointed out on IGN was actually really interesting about the problem of static reviews.
Did you manage to read it?
With the help of Google Translate.
Hey, wait, can you close the door? We actually have the special guest here.
Arnold!
Arnie is here. If you come right over his shoulder, people can see you right here.
Yeah! Have you seen me fighting? I fight really good and pick up really good pickups there. I love minigun!
Well, what do you think about your house? Like, we have to rescue your house every day now, and
My house, I built my house. I have to save my house.
you're the last commando.
Yeah.
And what do you want to break these things so you can get to the chopper, or?
Yeah, I break things to get chopper. I break things with my minigun. My awesome minigun.
So how does Arnie like this mode? This is your favorite mode?
It's the best mode ever.
So what's your favorite power-up?
Minigun.
Somebody was saying, did you need Arnie's permission?
We didn't ask.
We kind of forgot to ask.
This is how I speak normally.
Yeah.
I can change my speech.
Yeah, all of our conversations are like this with Daddy.
It's so annoying to, ask him to go for like lunch. He's like, yeah, I'll be down in 5 minutes.
Yeah, 5 minutes is good. I have to build my muscle.
Yeah. And all he can eat is like protein shakes and that's
Protein
it.
shakes.
What's your favorite drink, Arnie? What do you do in your pastime?
Minigun.
Okay, that sounds about right.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Don't go anywhere, Arnie. Enjoy our company for a bit more. Tell us a bit more about your daily life. What do you do? I mean, you do music, but what else do you do?
So,
I build apps.
can you tell us a little bit about this mode? Like, what do you think about like the story and protecting the house and all that? Like, what do you see happening here? What's going on?
There's lots of meteorites coming down. And they're trying to destroy my house. I'm protecting my house.
Why is it important for you to protect your house?
It's awesome house. Like Housemarque.
Do you have like a barbecue there, or like what?
I have a barbecue, Deluxe Amco 2000 in my house. It's awesome.
Is your family in the house? Or
Yeah, no family. Just me.
How about a housekeeper? Do you have a housekeeper?
Just me and my minigun.
Okay.
That's good, man. So, okay, I'm glad that we covered your thoughts on this mode.
Yeah.
Ari, do you want to speak a bit about the soundtrack?
Have you guys heard the soundtrack? It's awesome.
No, it's iTunes voice.
It's like a
Alter ego.
multi-personality.
Yeah, for this mode, I went with the 80s action movie style, and I really think it fits to this mode. I kind of, if you've seen the movie called Commando, there's this, 80s styled actiony awesomeness.
There's a question from Superju Fly. He says, which mode is your favorite music and why is it Protector?
Well, I would say that all the boss music in RESOGUN, they're my favorites.
I just love it. Like, which one is your favorite and why is it Protector? No, the Protector, for me at least, the Protector soundtrack or the song is.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's pretty freaking awesome. So. And you like the boss music also?
Yeah, I think I managed to create really great boss music for the game. And
the original, the arcade mode.
And for arcade games, the boss music is always a really important thing. And overall boss fights even. So you can, achieve something defeating the boss. And the music has to, go with that.
Well, it's storytelling as well. It creates a bit of drama.
Semik is asking, do we get more different humans with awesome sounds? I think there's a lot of humans. Not all of them have been put out yet.
Yeah, Mikael did the pirate.
So even if I I saw somebody streaming with the pirate voice, and I got goosebumps because it's so bad. Like,
But you know what? Like, there's no countdown currently on the page.
there's no countdown for
No,
more
I
humans.
checked yesterday.
But have you guys played with the Scarecrow? I tried to go with my Joker voice with that.
What other humans did you? So Scarecrow's cool Joker voice.
Maybe I can go to the human gallery.
Oh, let's go check out the humans. Yeah.
So this is another thing that we added for the free expansion. So we have this human gallery.
So we're missing a couple. Clearly, I haven't been as active with collecting all the humans, but not all the humans have been pushed out yet, right? I'm pretty sure there's still some coming.
There's a few more coming, yeah.
And apparently they will be coming in the future, hopefully every year.
On
So
the
there's
same
a
date, yeah.
yeah, the same dates in the future, so you can unlock them just by playing the game certain times, and you'll get to collect all the humans.
Oh, with Dragon, I tried to go with Lord of the Rings, the Hobbit movie Dragon.
Oh,
Yeah,
Benedict Cumberbatch.
yeah, I cannot do it right now. So I need.
And
some
I did
drinks for it.
the pirate, and I think the pirate sucks.
Pirate is good, man.
Parrot is good.
Yeah. Who did the? Did I do the turkey?
Yeah, you did the turkey also.
Okay. Yeah. But other than that, there's a bunch that we're missing from here.
You had some songs that you recorded for the October main grant.
Yeah.
Would you like to share that with our audience, or maybe another time?
Maybe other time.
Yeah. All right. We're looking at the challenges, or
I'm just playing
messing
here.
about.
All right, you continue playing.
Hey,
if
thanks.
you get any more sound questions, just call me.
Send them to
Call
Ari
Ghostbusters.
or
Yeah, thanks
he's,
for dropping by, man.
at Ari Pulkkinen on Twitter also, so you can go say hi to him there.
Yeah, I kind of like the music protector is great. I think I might prefer the Commando music somehow.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because I like the mode that much, and it just feels like everything is one really strong, cohesive package in Commando
Hey,
mode.
Harry, we have a question from Dent. There's an empty slot for default ships. Is that a hint?
There's empty slot for the
Default ships.
default ships. Oh yeah. Here.
So these ones. I guess there are 2 unlockable ships there.
That's a good guess.
Yes, as you can see here, we have 3 slots that are full and these also are empty.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got affected by Ari. Arnie was just commenting on what he sees on screen. So
Yeah.
What about the bottom ones? The bottom 5?
yeah, that's a bit of a tricky thing to address.
We can say.
Let's just say that those slots were not, they're not just there to take up space, they will be used eventually, maybe.
We're not making any updates for the game, but still you're saying that there's slots open.
Yeah, I know. Well, shit. I guess you put me on the spot for that one.
No, I think let's
That's
leave it
enough,
at this.
yeah, that's enough.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely something to come here.
Cool. Hey,
So actually, I would like to see, you know how we have the feats, and of course we have the new upgrade system now. So there's the ultimate rank. I'd like to check with the guys later, see who has actually gained that ultimate rank. To get that, you need of course to max out your experience points or your challenge points, and also complete all of the feats. So it's actually kind of.
has anybody
special.
gotten the ultimate rank? Now it's the time to come out and say it. But it's I gather that it's quite a big overtaking to get there.
Yeah, it's gonna take a while. I think the feats especially, there's like 225 of
Yeah.
them, so that's quite a bit. Of course, they're distributed across all of the game modes, including the new ones that we added, and they try to cater to a broad a range of skill levels as well.
Right on.
Yeah. I think there were some problems with some of the. There was a problem that was mentioned on the forum about one of the feats, but I think that was ultimately false alarm. Anyway, we can follow that up later.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but yeah, lots of new content, lots of new stuff to unlock.
Explore and check out.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I think that we'll see you next time.